Monty Don is back on telly tonight as Gardener's World continues. He's also, though, releasing his latest book, My Garden World, which he's dedicated to someone very special. And Monty joins me now. It's so lovely to see you. Congratulations on this beautiful, beautiful book. And when you look inside, you know, you've dedicated it to, well, someone really, really... I'm saying someone because that's what they are like. It's Nigel, lovely Nigel, your dog.
Well, he died the day after I wrote the last word. And he was with me every moment that I was writing, every moment I was working in the garden, every moment I was walking in the fields and the woods. So he was my constant companion, and he was a very present sort of influence in the book. So it's for him.
Oh, that is lovely. It really is. And I mean, Nigel was a star in his own right. I mean, you know, seeing you on telly without him or without your other two dogs just wouldn't be right. You've got to be with your dogs.
He was, wherever I went, people didn't want to see me. They just wanted to see Nigel, you know. And this was, what was extraordinary was, it was everywhere in the world. I mean, I was stopped in the street in Tokyo. Where's Nigel? Why isn't he with you? You get on a plane in Minnesota. Hey, why haven't you got your dog, you know?
Oh, and it's just such a lovely way to remember someone who was so very important in your life. And it's taken you... I mean, this is a real labour of love, this book, isn't it? It's been something you've been wanting to do, and it's taken a while for you to get it just right. Yeah,
I mean, this is something... I've grown up as fascinated, really, in the wildlife in my garden as much as the plants, or at least... To me, they're all bound up together. You can't separate them. And, you know, gardeners have this conventional idea of pests and disease, whereas actually they're fellow creatures. And some of them share our garden plants and nibble them. Others we just watch with amazement and delight. And I think one of the things that's happened with lockdown is we've all had more time just to sit and watch the wildlife. Just see what's on our back door. So really, it's taken me all my life to reach this point. And now I've got down writing about every creature, every wildflower, the mosses, the birds, the creepy crawlies, the hedgehogs, everything really that I can find and share in my garden.
Well, the love and the joy really comes through, and you're absolutely right about lockdown and pottering in the garden. I mean, I've been finding that weeding is incredibly therapeutic. Who knew that it would be? I've loved it. I know, I've absolutely loved it, Monty. It's good for the soul.
Good for the soul. It's good for your brain. I mean, there's been a lot of work recently done on mental health and gardening, and that's terrific. That's fantastic, because there's no doubt about it that in very stressful times, and when people have anxieties and worries, let alone sort of serious mental illness, just gentle gardening outside connects you to nature. It connects you to the rhythm of the seasons. And that's healing. It heals.
It really does. You're absolutely right, and I mean that's what the book really brings that out to you. I mean, I think it's been such a joy to read. To be honest, I got totally immersed in it. It's beautiful. I love the way you've divided it into seasons, and it's divided between the two gardens where you spend your time, and they're both very different, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. I mean, I have the garden where we film Gardener's World, which is what I think of my lowland garden, which is on a floodplain. It's by a river. It gets very wet. It's dead flat. And then 30 miles away, we have a little farm in the Welsh Hills, which is, there isn't any flat ground. It's woods and streams and wildflowers, and it's wild and it's beautiful. And I'm incredibly lucky to have those two different worlds just 1 hour apart.
Now, you are a very interesting man, and I had no idea that in another life you used to make jewellery, not just for anybody, but for royalty and proper A-listers.
Yeah, we made jewellery. Sarah and I made jewellery, and it was successful in the 1980s. We made jewellery. Princess Diana had our jewellery, Michael Jackson, Elton John.
Wow.
I made a pair of cufflinks for David Bowie. We did films. So, yeah, we did a lot, and it was good fun.
What a life! What an amazing, amazing life. But it's gardening that's the passion. That's the absolute passion.
It was always the passion.
Yeah,
always. I was always a gardener. And we used to go from this glamorous world of rock stars and fashion and all that stuff, and then I used to go home and just weed and water my pots and gardens. And that was my real life. That was my real love.
So, Monty, any jobs that I should be doing right now, that we all should be doing in our garden right now, just to, you know, get set, I guess, for the changing season?
Well, on a very, very easy level, just keep deadheading, because that will keep the flowers going. So that's number one. And you can start thinking about pruning roses. It's funnily enough, sort of the end of September, the beginning of October, is you can prune roses now without doing any harm at all, and you can see what you're doing, and that's a help. And as we go into autumn, my one plea to everybody is treasure the fallen leaves. That leaf mould is God's great gift to the gardener. And you can't buy it. All those fallen leaves, gather them up, chop them up if you can, but store them, put them in a bin bag, and next spring they will be lovely mulch, sweet smelling like a woodland floor, and then you can spread that on your borders.
I think that's the best piece of advice I've ever been given. Monty, thank you so much for joining us. The book is an absolute delight. It's Monty Don, My Garden World. Thank you, and good luck with the book.
Thank you so much.
And
It's been lovely
everything
to
that you
see
do.
you.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.